Welcome to Your Health, where we explore the latest in health across the country. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, so it's time to start thinking about getting an annual checkup. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up on today's show. We talk about the importance of colon cancer screenings and the impact of keeping your hormones in balance. Plus, it can be confusing to pick the right sunscreen. We have tips to make it easier. All that and more on this episode of Your Health. Skin cancer is the most common cancer here in the U.S., and with May being Skin Cancer Awareness Month, it's important to know the numbers. The two most common types of skin cancer are basal cell and squamous cell carcinoma. Both are highly curable. The third most common is melanoma, which is more dangerous and can be deadly. The vast majority of melanomas are caused by the sun. 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70. And if someone has had more than 5 sunburns in their lifetime, it doubles their risk for melanoma. The good news is regular daily use of an SPF of 15 or higher reduces the risk of developing melanoma by 50%. Colorectal cancer is the third most common form of cancer diagnosed in both men and women here in the U.S. Getting a colon cancer screening is crucial to stopping the disease in its tracks.
My name is Dr. Deepa Shah, and I'm a gastroenterologist who works at Honor Health. Colon cancer is actually quite common. It is actually the second most leading cause of cancer death in the United States. Colon cancer is very preventable. Colonoscopy is the gold standard test for prevention of colon cancers. All adults at the age of 50 to 75 should have a screening colonoscopy. There are many signs and symptoms of colon cancer. Red flags to look out for would be something like bowel changes, meaning constipation, diarrhea, change in the caliber of stools, so if they're harder to come out, a pencil shape, blood in the stool, rectal bleeding, unexplained weight loss.
I'm Dr. Stuart Treaster. I'm a staff gastroenterologist with Honor Health. A colonoscopy, the procedure itself, is about a 20 to 25 minute procedure that starts sort of the day before, however. In order for a colonoscopy to be completed successfully, our patients have to be on a liquid diet the day prior and go through a bowel preparation in order to clean their colon so that we can see during the procedure. The day of the procedure, they come in and an IV is placed, and our anesthesiologist then gives sedation through the IV to make patients comfortable for the procedure. Then we go in with a long, thin tube that has a camera and a light on the end of it and take a look through the colon to identify any problems and potentially remove things like polyps or take biopsies or things of that nature. And then afterwards, a little bit of recovery time, opportunity to discuss results, and then the patients go home. Many patients may not have a polyp, but if we do identify polyps during the procedure, in almost all cases, those polyps are removed at the time of the procedure. Those polyps are then sent to the pathologist to make into slides and look under the microscope to identify what type of tissue they see. The average 50-year-old has roughly a 1 in 3 chance of having a precancerous polyp. If left unchecked, any precancerous polyp is potentially capable of turning into a colon cancer in the future, and that is truly how colonoscopy saves lives, by removing these polyps before they become colon cancer.
The best test is the one that gets done. And I think that, there are always self-perceived obstacles like, oh, well, I don't want to burden somebody as a driver, or I don't want to take a day off work. But in the end, it is worth it, especially if it is a preventable cancer. If we can find polyps in the colon, take them out, remove them, and prevent a cancer from happening, we've potentially saved a life, and that's priceless.
One great sun awareness tip to follow is to stay out of the sun between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. as this is the most hazardous time for UV exposure here in the U.S. Here's what's coming up on Your Health. We'll talk to the experts about why getting your hormones in balance can impact your overall health. And we hear how Maricopa Integrated Health System is changing lives.
For more great videos highlighting all that's happening across Arizona, visit Yurview.com.
At Sotopella, they want to reconnect you to the best person you can be and help restore your quality of life. Take a look.
Sotopella came about back in the early 90s when my late husband, Dr. Tutera, was asked to put in a pellet, and he said, sure, but what's a pellet? From there, he took over a practice of placing pellets inside a body, and he learned quickly that not everybody has the same size. He individualized it. We came here and started putting on seminars, informational events to explain to everybody what a pellet was, because at the time nobody really knew what a pellet did or what it was. The offices of the company were designed to be inviting and friendly, as if you're walking into your living room. They are treated professionally by front desk, back office, and a personalized physician for them.
Generally, when people first come to see us, it's because they're not feeling their best. After looking at the patient's blood work and we determine that they're a good candidate for hormone therapy, we get them started on the pellets. And what the pellets are is it's bioidentical hormone replacement. We're essentially replacing the hormones that they're missing. So we use their blood work, their height and weight, their symptoms, a variety of things to determine what it is they need.
The patients who come into a Sotopella office can range in age from their early 30s up into 80s. We've even had patients in their early 90s because they want to feel better. They know that something is not right, so they're looking for help in seeking what was the best treatment for them.
The pellets are actually quite unique, particularly because we place them under the skin in the hip area. We do this because you can kind of set it and forget it. There's a lot of different hormone therapies on the market right now. People are constantly looking for help. What makes this therapy the safest is that we're using bioidentical hormones, meaning that the chemical structure of the hormone I give you is identical to what you make in your body. So it is the safest form. Your body knows exactly what to do with it. We're not taking them orally, so the body isn't having to process through the liver. This is going straight into the bloodstream. I really love doing what I do, specifically because I get to see people feel better. So generally speaking, the second time they come in to see me, it's night and day. They felt terrible, now they feel fabulous. I feel like I was a little part of that, so it's very rewarding.
We're in 4 locations around the area of Phoenix. We're in Glendale, Chandler, Scottsdale, and Paradise Valley offices. We ask people to visit us online for more information at sotopellatherapy.com.
For more than 140 years, Maricopa Integrated Health System has proudly served as Maricopa County's safety net health system and Arizona's only public teaching hospital. Here are some MIHS moms to tell their part of the story.
My name is Chris Gaw. I'm a Chief Operating Officer at MIHS, and I'm a mom. I love being a mom because I believe it's one of the greatest gifts you can be given as a woman. I was blessed nearly 25 years ago with the world's best daughter. She is about to graduate nursing school and will be making a difference in people's lives. I love the work I do because I get an opportunity to remove the barriers for those that are gifted with being caregivers at the bedside.
My name is Dr. Krista Johnson Egbaku. I'm an obstetrician gynecologist at MIHS, and I'm a mom. I love being a mom because I love providing a supportive, nurturing environment for my daughter. It's been one of the greatest joys in my life. I love the work I do because I love supporting moms and really supporting women along their reproductive life course.
My name is Joelle Detzel. I'm a vice president at MIHS, and I'm a mom. I love being a mom because I feel like it's my mission in my life. I love the work that I do because every decision that we make affects a patient a family member, and I treat that decision as if they were my own family member.
My name is Jean-Françoise Nizgiman. I'm the program manager and the co-founder of the Refugee Women's Health Clinic at MIHS, and I am a mom. I love being a mom because I'm part of this larger community, this great village that comes together and collectively to raise successful children. I love the work I do because I contribute to the improved health and well-being of my fellow refugee moms and their children.
My name is Mary Lou Jones. I am a surgical business manager and a nurse at Maricopa Integrated Health System, and I'm a mom. I love being a mom because I have seen my daughters grow and mature into doctors themselves. I love the work I do at Maricopa Integrated Health System because we serve a population that might not ever get the type of care that we render here.
My name is Ana Contreras. I'm a Family Learning Center coordinator here at MIHS, and I'm a mom. I love being a mom because my daughter teaches me to be a better person every single day. I love the work I do because I love working with families, I love working with children, and I love giving parents the skills that they need to help their children.
We're building a healthier Arizona together.
Exceptional care
Without exception.
Every patient,
Every time.
Support the moms who support the health of our community through the Maricopa Health Foundation at mihsmoms.com.
Another way to maintain healthy skin is to avoid indoor tanning. Any tan is your skin's response to damaging UV rays. So take the safer route and use a self-tanner to achieve that summer glow. Here's what's coming up next on Your Health. We talk about a revolutionary way to help men with ED. And how high of an SPF do you really need? We break down what you should know about sunscreen.
From innovations in medicine to eating better, your health is filled with great ideas to help you live your best life. If you'd like more health stories and information, head to Yurview.com.
At Peak Health, they say they have a revolutionary treatment for ED with no pills, no needles, and no side effects. Take a look.
My name is Brian Miller. I'm the clinic manager at Peak Health Scottsdale. Peak Health Group is a specialty clinic that treats solely in the treatment of erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction is very common. It affects over 30 million men from any age. It's a problem that starts very slowly. We treat vascular erectile dysfunction, and that's something that's going to happen over time, and some guys won't notice it until one day they wake up and all of a sudden start realizing that they're not as strong as they used to be, and then it becomes a problem. When treating erectile dysfunction, the most common treatment form are pills, and then as the problem continues and the dosage will increase. Some guys will even get to the point where the pills won't work, so they look for alternatives. And one of the alternatives are injections into the penis itself. Those injections can cause some problems. They can cause a disease called Peyronie disease, which is curvature of the penis. So there are some definite side effects to watch out for with injections. The number one cause of ED is plaque buildup in the penis itself. That plaque builds up in the very small microscopic vessels that block blood and prevent blood from entering into the penis, causing an erection. What our treatment does is it removes the plaque by using acoustic sound wave therapy to blast out the plaque, let the body process it naturally. It also promotes new blood vessel growth, so we kind of attack it at two different angles. We break out the plaque that's going to stop the blood from entering so you can get that normal blood flow. We're also going to promote new blood vessel growth, so you'll also get an increase in the new blood flow to help get you back to that natural spontaneous erection. The treatment procedure consists of 6 short office visits that take approximately 20 minutes. You'll come in and meet with our tech and go over a couple of questions, The treatment will be applied. It's a quick, painless treatment. The staff here at Peak Health are very sensitive to the condition that you're experiencing right now. Our doctors are very professional, and we keep our patients' information confidential. One of the most enjoyable parts about working here at Peak Health is when you get to talk to guys and they come up and shake your hand, and you can see the big smile on their face and how just their lives have changed. Their marriages have gotten better, their confidence has improved, and they just have a better sense of well-being. If you're suffering ED, you don't need to go through it alone. If you like more information about the treatment that we perform here or just about ED itself, feel free to call 480-550-6640, or you can look up our website at www.peakhealthlife.com.
More than 7,000 people will die this year from melanoma. Knowing how to properly use sunscreen can help, and unfortunately, most people are using it incorrectly. Here's what you need to know. With dozens of sunscreens lining store shelves, it can be tricky to pick the right one for you and your family. The American Academy of Dermatology says to always look for a broad spectrum sunscreen that protects you from UVA and UVB rays. UVA rays causes premature aging and UVB rays can burn. Both cause skin cancer. Choose an SPF or sun protection factor of at least 30. If you're very fair-skinned or plan to be exposed to very intense sunlight, you should start with an SPF of 50. Sunscreen brands are important, it's what's inside the sunscreen that counts. If you have sensitive skin, look for ingredients like zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. These are considered physical sunscreens and act like a shield deflecting the sun's rays. They can leave a white residue on your skin. Most sunscreens are chemical-based and absorb the rays. They contain oxybenzone or avobenzone. If you don't want the chemicals, you can use a natural or mineral-based sunscreen. How you apply your sunscreen is critical. Use your sunscreen 15 minutes before you hit the beach or pool. You want to use at least 1 to 2 ounces of sunscreen, which is about a shot glass. Be sure to coat your skin evenly and make sure to rub it on the tops of your feet and ears, and if you have a large part in your hair, be sure to work some in there as well. You'll need to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours and also after swimming. Also, think about grabbing a hat and sunglasses and wearing those as well. You can have your fun in the sun as long as you're careful and protect your skin. Stick around, we have more to come on Your Health. We hear about one man's journey to sobriety with the help of Decision Point Center, and tips on how to protect yourself in the sun all year round.
Explore more ways that people are leading healthier lives. Head over to Yurview.com for additional videos from Your Health.
Kicking a heroin addiction is extremely difficult, but one father was able to do just that. He shares his brave road to sobriety and why he's grateful he found Decision Point Center.
I went to school for a little while at ASU, and then I started working full-time doing construction, got a place on my own, and me and my son and my son's mom moved in together. I started drinking a little bit more and started drinking more frequently by myself. I was dealing with stress, anxiety, and I started turning to, drugs, pills, whatever the case may be, kind of just searching for an escape. Me and my son's mom ended up splitting up when my son was about 3. I can't tell you how many times I said to myself, all right, this is my last night, this is the last time I'm gonna drink or whatever. I had ended up losing my apartment. I was basically living out of my car or hopping couches. And I was on the verge of, losing my son. At that point, I'm like, I need some help. I need to go to treatment. I did my research online, started looking at different places throughout the valley, and then Decision Point came up. They kind of welcomed me in with open arms and were very encouraging. Some of the other treatment centers, they kind of put everybody into one big bowl and treat a lot of the clients the same. Like whereas here, they have specific treatment plans for each individual. We have a really close community, a really great group of people here. We spend every day together. My first month here, I got to go on a canyoneering trip. And for me, that's a very therapeutic aspect because being out in nature is something I really hold dear to myself. Not only was it a great view, but it was a great challenge as well. It kind of correlates to what sobriety is gonna be like. You pushing through and not giving in when the times get tough is where growth is made. I've been here for 90 days now, and today I am graduating. They make sure you have a clear-cut plan for when you leave here, so that way you're best set up for success. Decision Point saved my life. They didn't just teach me how to get sober, they taught me how to stay sober. And they taught me how to love myself again because I didn't think that was possible before. Today I have confidence in myself, I believe in myself. I really am optimistic of what the future holds for me. I've kept in contact with my son since I've been here. I can be a present and sober dad for him and give him the father that he deserves. I know how it feels to feel hopeless and in despair, but there's absolutely a way out, and you just have to give the opportunity to go into treatment. I believe that when you surrender, when you stop fighting things, that's when you're able to make the growth. But I know it's a tough decision to make, but it's the best decision I've ever made. I'm Blake, I'm 26 years old, and I was a heroin addict.
Before we go, here are some ways to stay safe in the sun and limit your exposure to UV rays. First, keep in mind it's important to protect yourself from these rays all year long, not just in the summer. On cloudy days, the sun's rays reflect off of surfaces and can expose you to UV radiation. The CDC recommends staying in the shade as much as possible, especially during midday hours. Try and wear clothing that covers your arms and legs, and wear a hat with a wide brim to shade your face and neck. Wearing sunglasses is also important. Get the wraparound style that blocks both UVA and UVB rays. And most important is to use sunscreen with an SPF factor of at least 15 with both UVA and UVB protection. Thank you for joining us on Your Health. I'm Erica Cardenas. See you next time.